Tony Blair is facing some of his accusers today, most of whom he dodged by coming in the dead of night into the QE2 conference centre. He can run, but he cannot hide. And above all, he can't hide from you. He can't hide from your votes at the general election. I tell you, you have a choice whether to send these kind of people back to Parliament or whether to choose a different path. Respect is standing because we respect ourselves. We say what we mean and we mean what we say. We respect other people, wherever they came from, whatever colour they are, however they pray. And we respect the world in which we live, which is being destroyed by the madcap adventurers of globalised capitalism and their political leaders. We think that's a pretty stark choice. We hope you'll make the right one.
What would you ask him?
Well, it wouldn't be safe to leave me in the Chilcot inquiry in the same room as Tony Blair, I must tell you, because I'd probably commit something like the offence that he committed on 1 million people in Iraq. I'm not sure really what there is left to ask Tony Blair. The answers are abundantly clear to anyone with eyes to see, ears to hear. A crime was committed. A pack of lies was told to persuade people to commit that crime. Disaster has ensued and is still ensuing and indeed spreading around the world. I'm surprised that he doesn't come out here and commit hara-kiri on the steps of the Queen Elizabeth II Conference Centre, to be honest. I would if I was responsible.
People and diplomats are now saying that they thought so at the time as well. It would have been nice to have seen them with us in February 2003, but with the exception of Mrs Wilmshurst from the Foreign Office, none of them, of course, had the courage to stand up for their beliefs then. Now today, Tony Blair is in there answering questions. Obviously we've no idea what he's going to say. It's a leap of faith, but perhaps he will be honest.
Couple, age unknown. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people have paid that blood price. Mr. Blair didn't pay it. None of his children would ever be asked to pay it. Mr. Blair is one of those leaders ready to fight to the last drop of other people's blood. And that blood is...
Unpopularity is a badge of honour. The problem Blair and his lying cohorts around him face is that they have no honour. They have lied and lied again to this country. The Nuremberg trials at the end of World War II gave this definition.
So what it all adds up to really is what kind of parliament we want to have. Do we want it filled with poodles, with pagers and follow the leader mentalities, even though they're following the leader over a cliff to their own destruction and, more importantly, the destruction of millions of other lives? Or do we want this place behind to be filled with tribunes of the people, people who will speak for truth and justice and freedom? And respect is standing in the election to bring exactly that possibility in front of people. In Manchester, in Birmingham, in East London and other places, we'll be challenging for people's votes and we'll be saying this. The Respect Member of Parliament did not fill his pockets with parliamentary expenses, unlike hundreds of others. The Respect Member of Parliament spoke out against war, occupation, invasion and injustice, and did so with a clear and, I hope, powerful voice. If the Respect Member of Parliament, me, can be added to by other Respect MPs in other parts of the country, we can make a real difference in there. And if we do that, we'll make a real difference to events in Britain and around the world. So we're a serious political party, seriously contending for victory in several constituencies in the general election, and I hope that people will support us. Because if the donkeys return to Parliament. Don't expect the donkeys to do anything other than put their noses back into the trough and say nothing except bray when they're told to by their leaders.